Good morning. It is August the 16th, 2017, and summer is quickly winding down. We have had so much rain around us that we've got very, very high dew points. Like living east of the Mississippi when we get temperatures up there around 90, which is what is the forecast for the next 5 or 6 days. So be moving pretty slow when we're outside in this part of the world. We'll start with our disclaimer. Hypothetical simulated performance results have certain limitations. Unlike an actual performance record, simulated results do not represent actual trading. Also, since the trades have not been executed, results may have under or overcompensated for the impact of any of certain market factors, such as lack of liquidity. Simulated trading programs in general are also subject to the fact that they're designed with the benefit of hindsight. No representation is being made that any account will or is likely to achieve profit or losses similar to those shown. Okay, Hong Kong's market was up. Shanghai's market and the Nikkei were down. Europe's markets were up pretty with some strength. Again, the war is off with North Korea. Buy stocks. So the strength in the European markets spilled over into the E-mini, which actually started to rally in the Asian session. And stocks are pointed higher this morning. That should pressure treasuries. We have news this morning. Housing starts plus 1.22. Permits plus 1.24. Atlanta business inflation, don't know. Previously plus 1.7. That's probably about right. Crude inventories minus 3 million barrels. They'll be playing for a number bigger than that. The APIs drew 9.2 million barrels. APIs were mixed. Gasoline built 300,000 barrels. Distillates drew 2.1. So the whipsaw comes between the crude and the gasoline inventories right here. We have a Newsday trade that we'll take in crude today. Get you used to it. It does carry extra risk because of the volatility and the uncertainty, but if we have a whipsaw on that bar, we will not take the trade. And then FOMC minutes. Given the lack of other news, the FOMC minutes might hold the markets in check. I believe there's one short left in the market, so we'll have 3 to 7 sell 1, 11 to 15 sell 2. On the buy side, I'm going to put it down here 25 to 29, but I'm going to put a question mark at 01. Don't know. I think the market's going to try to sell based on what we had yesterday. Based on this action, we'll have to see if it happens. So I'm playing for the short side first, based on the profile and structure. Looking at the ZB. We're in our first resistance band right up here at this low at 6. Got this high of 5, so 4 to 8 is number 1. Sell 11 to 15. 19 to 23. On the support side, 24, 28, buy 17 to 21, and 9 to 13. Gold was off when I looked at it a couple hours ago. Probably a buyer down here at, this is tough. I think I'm going to try to trade lower, so we'll put 70, 72 buy out there, let them get stops. It may take 74s to get in. But we'll play for lower. 65, 67 buy 2. On the sell side, 79.81, 84.86. Looking at the euro. We've got a buyer below 17.25. That's where we were last night, our buy 1. Rejecting prices. Looks like we've rejected prices. And maybe below 17.15. So first buy 15 to 25. And 170 even, so 117 even for buy 2. Article out where Draghi is not going to be talking about the taper, what the ECB is going to do at Jackson Hole. So with that off the table, the current fundamentals can guide the trading. 117.50 sell 1. 117.75 sell 2. Crude oil. Okay, usually before the numbers come out, we're deal with a 30 to 40 tick range. We've actually been able to extract some money with that on these days before the news hits, but the opportunity comes when the news hits. So I'm guessing 48 is resistance. We're at 69 right now, so 75 to 48 sell 1. We didn't get much of a rally last night in crude oil after the APIs drew 9.2 million barrels. 48.25, 48.50 sell 2. You'd have expected more. We'll make 47, 47 and a quarter buy 1. 46.50, 46.75 buy 2. Okay, APIs drew 9.2. They're looking for a draw of 3.0 on the EIA, the DOE's report. My guess is the market will be playing for a bigger draw than 3. Gasoline built 300,000 barrels. That's not cool. It's driving season. You'd like to see draws. Distillates drew 2.1. And I don't know what the estimates are on the EIAs. Being able to export crude and products really has changed the fundamentals, and it makes it a little bit tougher to read. But if they overproduce in the United States, based on what's going on in Venezuela with the supply interruptions, Central and South America, the U.S. exports to Central and South America will start to change the way people look at builds and products and in crude. We've had some really big drawdowns the last 6 weeks in crude, and we supposedly are the swing producers now. Set the price based on what our energy production is going to be, and they're guessing that by the end of the year an extra 300,000 barrels per day will be coming out of the Permian Basin, which is where all the majors have concentrated their domestic onshore drilling funds. Okay, to the E-mini. We've got resistance at 70 to 75 and probably 85 to 90. Get through 75, a pretty clear shot up to 24.88. See, the buying started in Asia for our markets, and then right here we've got resistance at 72. 72.75 is where it is. So first sell is going to be this 70-72 area. 74.76. Like the long side better until we've tested 72.75. On the buy side, 64.66 by 1 and 60.62 by 2. Housing starts plus 1.22. Permits 1.24. Atlanta business inflation, don't know, was plus 1.7. That's probably where it is. Can't see that that has changed much. Crude oil minus 3 million barrels. And then the FOMC minutes. And they'll be seeing how many hawks and doves there are on their vote. See what kind of dissension there was. What kind of arguments for raising interest rates. What kind of arguments for leaving them the same. What kind of arguments for cutting interest rates. So the FOMC will get a pretty hard look this afternoon, trying to guess what happens. This morning, as far as the news goes, the focus will be housing starts, in my opinion. So if we fail to take out 72, we can get short. 74.76 would be the second sell. There's pretty good resistance at 77. Like the buy side first, 64.66 and then 60.62. So basically we're trying to buy 60s to 65s, and hopefully we can, if we do get a sell set up, it'll be closer to 75 than it is to 70. Sell at 70 is you're just kind of hanging out on that one. You don't have a lot of protections from the structure. Okay, it's going to take a bit to get everything up and posted. I'm going to get busy with that. I'll be back with you as soon as possible.